Hello, fellow explorers! Welcome to another adventure into the distant past, where we unravel the secrets of Earth's most fascinating creatures. Today, we're setting out on a journey that will take us back millions of years to a time when the world was wild, untamed, and teeming with life forms that seem almost unbelievable by today's standards. Our destination? The late Cretaceous period, roughly 70 million years ago. Picture a world where lush forests stretched as far as the eye could see, and the air was thick with the calls of strange ancient animals. It's here that we'll meet one of the most extraordinary dinosaurs ever discovered, Therizinosaurus. Therizinosaurus was a dinosaur that puzzled scientists for decades. When its fossils were first unearthed, paleontologists were left scratching their heads. The bones didn't seem to fit any known dinosaur group. Its skeleton was a collection of contradictions, a true enigma of the prehistoric world. Early discoveries revealed only its gigantic claws, leading some to believe they belonged to a giant turtle or an unknown predator. It took years of careful study, new fossil finds, and a bit of scientific imagination to finally piece together the true identity of Therizinosaurus. To truly appreciate Therizinosaurus, let's set the scene. Imagine a world ruled by giants. In North America, the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex stalked its prey, its massive jaws capable of crushing bone with a single bite. It was the apex predator, feared by all. Not far away, herds of Triceratops grazed peacefully, their impressive horns and frills providing both defense and display. These were the titans of their time, shaping the landscape with every step. But across the ancient lands that are now Mongolia, a different kind of giant was making its mark. Therizinosaurus, with its towering frame and outlandish features, stood apart from the rest. It was a dinosaur that defied expectations at every turn. What made Therizinosaurus so special? For starters, it was a bizarre blend of characteristics. It had a long neck, a small head, and a bulky, pot-bellied body. Its feet were tipped with massive claws, each one longer than a human arm. Its appearance was so strange that it seemed almost like a creature from a dream or a nightmare. Even more surprising, Therizinosaurus belonged to the Theropoda group, the same family as some of the most fearsome predators in history, like Velociraptor and Spinosaurus. Yet, it was nothing like its carnivorous cousins. Instead of hunting for meat, Therizinosaurus was a gentle giant. It was a dedicated herbivore, using its long neck to reach high branches and its beak to nibble on leaves, fruits, and maybe even seeds. In a world full of predators, it had found a unique way to survive. And then, of course, there were its claws. These were not just long, they were the longest claws of any known land animal, measuring up to a meter in length. They looked terrifying, but they weren't weapons for hunting. Instead, they were perfect tools for pulling down branches, stripping leaves, and perhaps even defending against predators. Imagine watching this dinosaur in action, using its enormous claws with surprising delicacy to gather food. In a world where survival meant adapting to every challenge, Therizinosaurus was a true specialist. So, as we step into the ancient forests of the Cretaceous, let's marvel at the mysteries of Therizinosaurus, a dinosaur that reminds us just how strange and wonderful our planet's history can be. Join me as we uncover more about this incredible creature and the world it called home. The name Therizinosaurus means scythe lizard or reaping lizard, a fitting description for a creature with such impressive claws. These claws, which could grow up to 3 feet long, are what make Therizinosaurus so instantly recognizable, and honestly a bit intimidating, even today. We know that Therizinosaurus lived in what is now Mongolia during the late Cretaceous period. This was a time when dinosaurs were at their most diverse, and the world was a very different place than it is today. Based on fossil evidence, scientists estimate that Therizinosaurus could grow up to 30 feet long and weigh as much as 5 tons. That's about the size of an Asian elephant. It was a true giant of its time. Now here's where things get interesting. Despite its fearsome appearance, Therizinosaurus was a herbivore. Yes, you heard that right, a plant-eating theropod. This unusual diet is one of the things that makes Therizinosaurus so fascinating to scientists and dinosaur enthusiasts alike. Those claws. Just the sight of them is enough to spark the imagination. They look like something out of a science fiction movie, but they were very real, and they belong to one of the most mysterious dinosaurs ever discovered, Therizinosaurus. These claws were the defining feature of Therizinosaurus, and for a surprisingly long time, they were the only clue scientists had about this bizarre creature. When the first fossils were unearthed in the late 1940s in Mongolia, paleontologists were left scratching their heads. What kind of animal could possibly have owned such enormous scythe-like claws? Imagine being a paleontologist, digging through ancient rock, and suddenly uncovering a single massive claw, one that could easily be longer than your entire arm. The initial discovery was so perplexing that some scientists even thought the claws belonged to a giant turtle. It took decades of research and more fossil finds to piece together the true identity of Therizinosaurus. Today, we know that Therizinosaurus was a theropod dinosaur, but unlike its fearsome relatives like Tyrannosaurus rex, it was a gentle giant, an herbivore. Scientists believe that Therizinosaurus used its claws for a variety of purposes, all related to its unique plant-eating lifestyle. These claws, which could reach up to a meter in length, were not just for show. The claws could have been used for defense, of course. With such formidable weapons at its disposal, Therizinosaurus would have been a difficult target for any predator. Just imagine a predator thinking twice before attacking a creature armed with such intimidating tools. If a hungry Tarbosaurus, a close relative of the infamous Tyrannosaurus rex that roamed the same ancient landscapes, came looking for a meal, those claws would have made Therizinosaurus a formidable opponent. Even the largest predators would have had to be cautious, as a single swipe from those claws could inflict serious damage. But despite their fearsome appearance, the claws were probably more often used for foraging. Therizinosaurus lived in lush, prehistoric forests surrounded by dense vegetation. Its long arms and claws would have been perfect for reaching into thick foliage, pulling down branches, and gathering leaves and fruits that other dinosaurs couldn't reach. In fact, some scientists compare Therizinosaurus to a giant prehistoric sloth. Just like modern sloths use their long claws to grab leaves high up in the trees, Therizinosaurus could have used its claws to pull down entire branches, bringing a feast of greenery within easy reach of its beaked mouth. This adaptation would have given it access to a wide variety of plant foods, helping it thrive in its environment. The claws might have also been used for digging. With such powerful tools, the Therizinosaurus could have raked through the forest floor, unearthing roots, tubers, and other nutritious plants hidden beneath the surface. This behavior would have made it a versatile feeder, able to exploit food sources that other dinosaurs ignored. Some scientists even speculate that the claws played a role in display. In the animal kingdom, exaggerated features often serve as signals, whether to attract mates or to warn off rivals. Perhaps male Therizinosaurus used their enormous claws to impress females during courtship rituals, or to intimidate other males in dramatic standoffs, much like modern-day deer use their antlers. Whatever their exact purpose, these extraordinary claws remain one of the most fascinating adaptations in the dinosaur world, a reminder of just how strange and wonderful prehistoric life could be. Now let's talk about that unusual diet. How do we know that a dinosaur with such impressive claws was actually a gentle plant eater? The answer lies in its other features. Unlike its meat-eating relatives, Therizinosaurus had a small head and a beak-like mouth. This beak would have been perfect for stripping leaves from branches and nibbling on fruits. Its teeth were also adapted for a plant-based diet. They were small and leaf-shaped, not sharp and serrated like the teeth of a predator. And then there's the gut. Herbivores need large digestive systems to break down tough plant matter. While we don't have direct evidence of Therizinosaurus's gut contents, its wide rib cage suggests that it had a spacious belly, perfect for housing a complex digestive system. All of these features point to a dinosaur that was perfectly adapted for a life of peaceful herbivory. The story of Therizinosaurus is a testament to the power of paleontology and the thrill of scientific discovery. It's a tale that reminds us how much of our planet's history remains hidden beneath our feet, waiting to be uncovered by those with the curiosity and determination to seek it out. Each fossil unearthed is a piece of a puzzle, and sometimes those pieces challenge everything we thought we knew about life on Earth. It all started in 1948 with the discovery of those massive claws in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia. The harsh, wind-swept landscape was the unlikely setting for a find that would baffle and intrigue scientists for decades. The claws, buried for millions of years, were unlike anything seen before. Enormous, curved, and razor-sharp. At first, scientists were baffled. The sheer size and shape of the claws defied easy explanation. They didn't match any known dinosaur, reptile, or prehistoric animal. The mystery deepened as experts from around the world examined the fossils, each offering their own theories. They had never seen anything like it before. The claws were over 3 feet long, and their function was a complete enigma. What kind of creature could have wielded such formidable weapons? The scientific community was abuzz with speculation. Some thought the claws belonged to an ancient sea turtle, perhaps a giant that used them to tear through tough vegetation or defend itself from predators. The idea seemed plausible, given the shape of the claws and the limited evidence available at the time, while others speculated that they were the weapons of a giant prehistoric sloth. The claws' resemblance to those of modern sloths led some to imagine a massive, slow-moving mammal roaming ancient forests, using its claws to strip leaves from trees or dig for roots. It wasn't until the 1950s that the true nature of Therizinosaurus began to emerge. As more fossils were uncovered, the picture slowly started to change. The initial theories, while creative, didn't quite fit the new evidence. More fossils were found, including parts of the arms, legs, and ribs. Each new discovery added another layer to the mystery, but also brought scientists closer to the truth. The bones suggested a creature far stranger than anyone had imagined. These new discoveries revealed that Therizinosaurus was not a turtle or a sloth, but a dinosaur. Its skeleton was unlike any other, with long arms, huge claws, and a body that didn't fit the mold of the classic dinosaur image. But what kind of dinosaur? The question lingered. Therizinosaurus didn't look like the fierce, meat-eating theropods that dominated the popular imagination. Its anatomy was a puzzle, and its place in the dinosaur family tree was uncertain. It wasn't until the 1970s, with the discovery of more complete skeletons of related species, that scientists finally realized that Therizinosaurus was a theropod, and a very unusual one at that. These new fossils, found in remote dig sites, provided crucial clues, showing features that linked Therizinosaurus to the group of dinosaurs that includes the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex, but with a bizarre twist. The discovery of Therizinosaurus challenged the traditional view of theropods as fearsome predators. Here was a member of the group that seemed to have abandoned the role of hunter, evolving instead into a gentle giant with long neck, pot-bellied body, and claws that may have been used for foraging or defense rather than attack. This revelation forced scientists to rethink what it meant to be a theropod. Therizinosaurus became a symbol of how evolution can produce unexpected results, and how the story of life is far more complex and fascinating than we ever imagined. Its discovery opened new avenues of research, inspiring paleontologists to look beyond old assumptions and embrace the unknown. It showed that evolution can take unexpected turns, producing creatures that defy our expectations. The mystery of Therizinosaurus reminds us that the past is full of surprises, and that every fossil has the potential to rewrite the story of our planet.